Shalom and welcome, dear friends, for a new session today, for a new conversation today. Felipe and Rodrigo are invited to join us soon as they are able. Today we shall have a conversation about Isaac's blessing. We shall see what is the meaning of the blessing and why it is so important to have Isaac blessings, maybe to all of us. Good morning, Felipe. Good morning, Rodrigo. I hope that you can hear us. Let's pop into the whiteboard and see the text. 1 second. Here it is. Genesis chapter 27, from verse 1 to verse 12. We shall read it together. Let's see the text that it arrives also on YouTube. 1 second. Hello, we have another friend in class. Can you open your microphone, please? Hello? Okay, we should start reading. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old, and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his elder son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Here am I. And he said, Behold now, I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now, therefore, take, I pray thee. Good morning. I hear a sound. Rodrigo, good morning.
Good morning, Etsy. Sorry to interrupt you. Your reading.
No, you don't interrupt me. I'm very happy that you join us. On the contrary. How do you do this morning?
Oh, I'm very happy, Etsy. Today is a cloudy day, but I'm very excited to be here and talk with you and our friends on Discord and YouTube. Thank you very much. And how are you in Israel?
Thank you. It's a very beautiful day here. The sun is shining. Really unusual to the winter. Very, very hot. I mean, in relation to winter, but it is pleasant and people have good mood. And I'm very happy to be here with you this morning, this afternoon, this night in Australia or New Zealand. Yes, Rodrigo, do you have a question before we start or impression that you'd like to share with us?
Thank you very much, Etsy. I'm ready to follow you. Thank you.
Thank you and good morning to Venus. Venus, we are very happy that you're here. It's early morning in Canada. I guess it's before sunrise or after. Please write to us if you can. So, Rodrigo, let's look into the text and see what is so interesting in Isaac's blessing. Would you like to read the text, please? Felipe, shalom
Yes,
and good morning. We're very happy that you're here.
I can
Yes,
read it.
yes,
From verse 1.
yes.
Okay, so Genesis 27, verse 1. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his elder son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, here am I, here am I. And he said, Behold now, I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver and thy bone, and go out to the field, and take me venison, and make me savory food, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spoke to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rebekah spoke unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory food, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now, therefore, my son, hearken to my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory food for thy father, such as he loved. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, so that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will feel me, and I shall seem to him as a mocker, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, what is the topic? What is the plot? What is the conversation here about in those few verses?
Well, and Isaac is almost dying, and he wants to blessing his elder son, Esau, and he talked with Esau and asking for he uh, bring to Isaac venison, and he promised to bless him. And Rebecca listened this conversation, and um, she ordered to Jacob to bring uh, goat, and she wanted Jacob receiving the blessing.
Yes. And what is the concern of Jacob? He listens to his mother's advice, but he has a concern. What is a concern that he expresses to his mother?
Well, he was afraid that his father not recognizing him as Esau. Uh, Jacob think that his father will could discover his real identity, and so uh, Jacob could be cursed by Isaac.
And
He
not
was
be,
afraid.
yes, and not be
Yeah.
blessed. This is it. Now, let's look into verse 4 and see. Yes, good morning. I hear people entering the class. I hope that you can speak. Maybe people are trying to get a microphone. Microphones are open if you wish to speak. So in verse 4, the Hebrew word as following, ba'avur tevarechecha, sorry, excuse me, בעבור תברכך נפשי, בטרם אמות, 5 words in Hebrew, that my soul may bless you thee before I die. What is the value of those 5 words?
Oh, there
Yes,
is a lot of a lot of number here at
there is a lot, but let's see, because I prepared it already. The value of those 5 words is 2060, but let me check it again. 2060. 2060. What comes to you when you see those digits?
26 if
20.
we put the zeros.
Very good. Very good. So this is 26. A second. We try to fix the board. We try to do many things, but I see that today the board is a bit slow. It does not receive the connection. So the blessing here is 26. If we add the blessing is basically being, or the aleph, depends. If we add this sum to Isaac, what do we get? What is the value of Isaac? Isaac is
208.
208. And what happens when we add the 26 to 208, which is 8?
230.
Yes. What do
Yes,
we
8
get?
times. We get 9 times the tetragrammaton. We have 234.
Yes. Does this number or this combination reminds you of something?
Well, Abraham.
Abraham. Very good. Abraham. So what is the meaning of Isaac's blessing in general? To transcend and to be, in a way, the quality of Abraham, which is Ahavram, to love God. This is the meaning, to love God or to love the higher. Unconditional love.
An elevation, one level above.
Yes. Yes, this is the meaning of the blessing. Questions so far? If there aren't any questions, I would like us to look at this mosaic. It seems that this time of the mosaic is the 12th century from Sicily. What is the script here? Can you read it in Latin, please? Rodrigo?
Hic benedictit Isaac Jacob filium sum.
Yes.
And then we have here the name of the characters. Rebecca is identified here, and Isaac and Jacob, and here Esau.
Excellent. Do you notice, can you describe the scene of the blessing? Can you describe how the artist here portrayed the moment of blessing? Can you try to describe the characters, so to speak, how Isaac
Well,
is... Yes, please.
Isaac is painted as an old man with a beard and white hair, and without shoes.
Yes.
His and he touched the face and the hand of Jacob, and Jacob is on your knees, and
Very good, very good. Jacob is on his knees. How do we say knee in Hebrew? Do you remember?
oh, actually I know, but now I
I will write. It's okay. Berech here. I'll color it in a different color that it will be possible to see from the mosaic. 1 second. This is, so to speak, the knee.
oh, it's similar to Baraha, to the blessing, right?
Very good, very good. Berech, very good. Berech is a knee. If we add hey to berech, we have bracha. Bracha. 1 second. We tried to fix the board last night, but it seems that we have to do better. Bracha. bracha. Now, what is the value of bracha? Berech is 222. And bracha, blessing, is
227. 227.
very good, blessing. 227. Which word in Hebrew gives us 227? Here, I will help. Zachar.
Yes.
Yes, what is Zachar?
Zahar is the male, is to remember.
Very good, the one who remembers. So, bracha means also the value of bracha. 227 is the same value as Zachar. Zachar, not just a male in terms of gender, but as a verb, the one who remembers where he comes from. So in this position, Zachar is also referring to the soul. The soul, neshama, though it has a sound of feminine at the end, the soul, neshama, considers to be a male for the body. Do we understand this concept?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now let's look carefully at the position of Jacob and what happens. What do we see on Jacob's neck and Jacob, so to speak, part of the hand? Try to see into the mosaic. I hope you have, how do you say, you can zoom in. What is happening here? What do we, the artist, manage to bring forth in this beautiful mosaic? What is happening here? And here?
No, I believe that there is a animal skin or something like that, because there is a lot of a very hairy part in his neck and his hand. I don't know.
Yes, yes. The Bible says on the part of his neck, al chelkat tzavarav. This is the part that Rebecca tries to dress him, that when Isaac will touch him, he will feel the hair. So chelkat tzavarav. And here, chelkat here, also here. On the upper part of the hands, he is dressed with hairy stuff, I guess, hairy skin. Questions so far, Felipe, Venus. Questions. Why it is so important to dress Jacob with the skin of an animal? Why it is so important, and why Jacob has a concern that Esau is a hairy man? Ish Sa'ir. What is the concern?
Well, I believe that he dressed this animal skin because he wanted Isaac think that he was Esav, and I remember yesterday we talked about the hair, and Felipe said that the hair could represent this animal part of us, but I remember that you told us that the hair in this context could mean the chokhmah, the wisdom. So I believe that Jacob put this animal skin and to receive the blessing because in this context the hair could represent the Chokhmah, the wisdom. So since he was being blessed, the Zahar, the remember, could be the animal skin to remember the source. I don't know if it makes sense yet. I try to to connect some ideas. I don't know if it makes sense.
The blessing is Zachar. The blessing is masculine. The soul that has the ability to bless is considered to be masculine, while the receiver of the blessing is feminine. Again, the one who blesses, or the blessing itself, bracha itself. Do you see their relations? Let's move to the painting. The one or the blessing that comes from the ones who speak it, is considered to be masculine, Zachar. And the one who receives the blessing is feminine, Nekeva, or a vessel. But there is a problem. And this concern Jacob also expressed into Rebecca's ear. He says, Va'anochi ish chalak, and I am a smooth man. The sages are saying, we can read the 3 letters of chalak. In Hebrew, we can read the same letters in a different way, or at least in 2 ways. So when Jacob says, Va'anochi ish chalak, it does not just mean that I am a smooth man, I don't have any hair on my body. It means also chelek, not just chalak, smooth, but also part. Chelek Eloha mima'al, meaning I am a part of the divinity. Not just chalak, smooth, but chelek. Chelek Eloha mima'al. I am part of, sorry, I wrote kuziv. I will fix it. I am part of divinity. So, this is the concern. Not just smooth. I'm also part of the divinity. So I'm Zachar, I'm a male. So how could I receive a blessing? I don't have the vessels that Esav has to receive the blessing. Do you understand the concern of Jacob?
This part of the halach is moot. Sorry, I believe that I didn't get it.
Okay.
He was saying that he's not prepared to receive the blessing because he has no vessel.
Yes, this is what he's saying. This is it. Here I will mark the writing on the text. I'm so sorry. We try to fix the board, but it does not come out smooth. This is interesting. It doesn't come out smooth. The writing always like stuttering. Va'anochi ish chalak. The English Bible translated as I'm a smooth man, meaning I lack hair on my body. Take it literally. But the sages are saying, and they read the text much deeper. Because the Bible or the Torah was not given with punctuation, only letters. Punctuation, chalak, came later. So the sages are reading the letters chet, lamed, kof, not just as smooth as now we see the punctuation, chalak. They see the letters chet, lamed, kuf as chelek. Chelek is a part. And they bring a parallel verse from the Bible that holds those three letters, which means part. Chelek, part, Eloha, Mima'al. Part from the divinity above. So Jacob, concerned that he also is apart from the divinity above. So he, in a way, is a masculine, he is basically Zachar. He is the blessing. He is 2:27. But we need a vessel. Do you understand? There is a need to shift. To shift.
Yeah. Tim, may I say something?
Of course.
Ish-halach.
Yes.
The value of these two words, smooth man, is 449. With the kolel, 450. Adam, 10 times Adam.
Excellent. Ish halak, smooth man. The value is 449.
Yes. With the kolel.
Yes. This is, and you see that this is how the sages reach the same conclusion. Why did they bring the parallel verse? Chelek Eloha Mima'al, I am part of the divinity. I am the blessing. So now you want me to receive blessing? I am the blessing. I am basically Adam HaRishon.
Yes.
And she insists. So she wants him still to get the blessing. So they need to make a plot to turn the light, so to speak, Jacob. They need to turn the light, Ish Halak, smooth man, into a vessel. And how does she convert him to be a vessel? How does she manage to opposite a light into a vessel? She dresses him with hair. Is that kind of thinking clear?
Now it's clear.
Now it's clear. Once I heard something interesting from Fernando. He looked at Halak. He found that the value of Halak is
138.
And he reads 138 as 318, which is a conversation. I am a smooth, not just I'm a smooth man or part of the divinity, I'm the one who speak. I mean, I managed to handle a conversation. This is you see on how many levels this verse is working. So if I'm a smooth man and it is 138 or 318, which is conversation, I have the ability to speak. So now I have to be mute and receive the speech. Do you understand? From any direction that we read this verse, it makes sense. In other words, we can read the verse saying, Jacob is basically vertical. He is the male. He is the active power. He is part of the divinity above. He is the one who managed to converse. And suddenly he is the three, he is the spirit. And suddenly the mother says, okay, let's turn you into a female. Let's turn you into a vessel. Let's turn the vertical into horizontal, that you would be able to. Let's turn you into animal, yes? That you will be able, or a body, that you will be able to receive the blessing. Does it make any sense? This is a question.
Yes, of course, it makes sense. To receive the blessing, he could be passive, right?
Yeah, very, very excellent. Not just very good, excellent. Yes. Yes. This is it. Now, let's read verse 12, the following one. This is also has a value, because what is his concern in verse 12?
That his father, Isaac, would perceive that he's not Esau, and he could, how can I say, curse Jacob.
Curse. So,
Yeah.
yes, Felipe. Yes, 1 second, Felipe. I will read your question here to everyone, and let's think about this together. It's very good. So, the concern of Jacob that his father might touch him, and his father will think that he is mocking him, and he is afraid that he will bring upon himself a curse. In Hebrew, klala. The verb for cursing in Hebrew is kalal, to curse. I hope that I write the English right. I'm not sure. The value of kalal, curse, is 160, and its square root, let's say 16. What is the square root of 16? First of all, 160 is the value of Cain. But if we take it as 16, the root of 16 is 4. This is his concern. Not just that he is a smooth man, or part of the divinity, or the male, or the blessing itself, but he is afraid that he will be locked in the matter. This is the real concern. I shall be locked in the matter. This is the meaning of curse. By the way, people think that people curse on the street or in a traffic jam, something horrible happens. No, it's not nice to curse, yes? Because it creates certain vibe and so. But the meaning of curse is to be locked in the matter. This is the meaning of curse. This is his curse, that in a way, you want me to act on stage, okay. But he is afraid that he shall be locked in his position on stage. This is his fear. Not just that he will mock the Father, that he will be locked in the matter. Now, let's read. Maybe, Rodrigo, you would like to help us reading the questions. What is...
Well, we have a lot of comment here. Harvey Babbitt say Harry equal hated winter season. Smooth man, feminine, equal summer season of the blessings, the crops. And then Harvey said that Zabulon's sheep, the vessel, held the crops blessing that were to be shared. The sign is Capricorn, which followed Joseph. And then Felipe said, in this case, yet, why should Jacob receiving the blessing, since he is already the blessing?
Okay,
Felipe
so
this.
Yes, so this is it, Felipe. In this case, why should Jacob receive the blessing if he is already the blessing? The question, he knows that he is the blessing, but the question is there a recognition? And Rebecca wants this recognition. recognition in Hebrew, Felipe, recognition in Hebrew is hakara. One second. Hakara, recognition. Hakara. Hakara, to recognize. To recognize. The value of recognize is 230, and again 230 is the recognition of the tree of life. She wants to have this recognition. Weinreb says that in this act, when she comes and, so to speak, intervene, she wants to bring the whole creation into a situation before Adam ate from the tree of knowledge. She comes here. He said, it's a beautiful part in his book, that she, something in her at this moment, in a way, ancient Eve is awakened to act in Rebecca and to bring a correction to this mistake, to protect the world from development, from being jailed in the matter. I will try. Yes, I'll try to bring the text. I think that I posted it on Slack. I'll try to, if it's possible, Felipe, I'll try to find it.
I don't know if it makes.
Yes, yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Just for Felipe, because Felipe asked a very interesting question. Sometimes we behave. I was listening to Carl Jung this afternoon. Sometimes in a certain moment, each and every one of us, a certain kind, we behave in a certain way which is not rational, so to speak, to the moment. Something is awakened from up there of the other side and causes us to behave in a certain way that even might surprise ourselves. And Weinreb speaks about it. He says that her motivation was Eve's motivation to correct this first mistake. In this moment, says Weinreb, there is no time, because in this moment of the happening, Rebecca is Eve. This is it. And Jacob is Adam, as Rodrigo proved us. Yes, Rodrigo.
No, just regarding this question from Felipe, why should Jacob receiving the blessing? I was thinking that we know that the tetragrammaton, Abraham is 9 times, and then Isaac is 8 times, and this flowing needs to continue through Jacob and to get in Joseph. So I believe that the flowing of this blessing, he's already the blessing, as Philip said. But I believe that how can I say? It's difficult to say this, but he's only a part in this moment. He's just a part of this all the contest. So I believe that this blessing need to pass through Jacob to arrive in Joseph and pass through Adam and to Isaac and all of those patriarchs. Just to mention that I believe that the flowing it's important also. I don't know.
Excellent. There's a flow of blessing of the being. Excellent, because Adam, like we wrote last night on Discord, Adam is 45, or the tetragrammaton with the filling of the letter Aleph. So, and then we have Abraham, which is 9. He holds a blessing. And then we have the mode of being. The mode of being, the tetragrammaton, is part of every name. Is part of the name Adam, is part of the name of Abraham, of Isaac, of Jacob, of Joseph, of Elijah, of Judah. All of those names, they are hosting the being in them. And we see the flow of the tree of life. Excellent, Rodrigo, excellent. Venus is writing that Harry is Malchut, smooth, smooth man is Binah. Yes, Venus. Harvey is writing Abel was a smooth man and Cain was a hairy man. Good, good, Harvey. Yes. Abel and Harvey is saying Abel's offering was Arias, ram, the first northern constellation. And Venus is writing, I read somewhere, Harvey, Abel will ask for forgiveness from Cain in end of days. I try to understand the rest of the words. Venus, maybe you can rewrite the sentence. Thank you so much for writing. Yes, Rodrigo, would you like to say something? Maybe Felipe would like to say something. I see Felipe here. Maybe Felipe would like to.
Hello,
Yes, Felipe.
Shalom, Shalom, Eti, Rodrigo,
Shalom.
my
Shalom.
friends.
Shalom.
Just to think, I was thinking about this, that Jacob received the blessing in a way to pass it also, just not to be only for him the blessing. He's for excellence. He's the channel. He's the connection. So it's beautiful what Rodrigo said, because the blessing needs to reach Malkut, and he's like a channel, he's a conductor.
Excellent. He does not live for himself. Excellent. Excellent. You need to transfer the blessing. Excellent. Do you have any questions that you would like to ask? This time for questioning. Venus, do you have a question? Harvey, question? Thought?
Eti, could we make a relation with the letters in Rivka and Eve in a way?
We could. You would like to see the relations between the two names in terms of values?
Yes, if it's possible.
Let's see. 1 second. I'd like to see YouTube. Yes, Rodrigo, would you like to say something?
No, I just follow.
So Rebecca, what is the value of Rebecca? Rebecca?
It's 337.
307, yes. 1 second. 307. And Eve is 19. Chava. is 19.
It's interesting. The name of Rebecca, we have the 3 upper spheres and the 7 lower spheres.
Yes, yes, yes.
And in Eve we have like Keter and the rest of it, let's say.
Yes.
And
Let's.
both names sums 10 in the if we add the numerical
1 second.
digits,
Yes.
we get 10.
1 second. I'm trying something because there are many ways to write this. I mean, 307 plus 19. This is interesting. 307, the value of Rebecca, plus 19. Yes.
3 times tetragrammaton.
3 times
Yes.
the tetragrammaton. And what does it give us? 1 second. I would like to write it on the whiteboard.
38, which is the dream and the salt and the bread.
This is it. So you see where Weinreb, because Weinreb is a great storyteller. Which is a dream or a bread or relation. The word relation, yachas, relation, is 78. Relation is 78, like dream, like bread. When we relate to another person, we active in us the dreamer, or the bread, or the salt, like Jesus told the listeners, you are the salt of the earth. This is the core. From those mathematics, Weinreb organized his speech, Felipe. Very good, very good.
When we have salt in the water, it's a conductor. The salt makes water electrics, let's say.
Yes.
It's I was just thinking of most. Actually, it wasn't a thought. It was like a sensation, because when you said about the relation and salt,
Mm-hmm.
we can see that salt is something that it's inside every element in nature, and it's a conductor of the water between these many elements, these many aspects of manifestation. It has not only the water connecting them, but I guess the salt is it's a key word in this sense. Like you quoted the gospel, you are the salt of the earth.
Yes.
Without the salt, there is no connection in this earth.
True.
There is no relations. There are no relations at all.
True.
Very, very interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
Regarding this Iahas, this relation, if we look at the picture that you bring to us, there is 4 characters in this picture.
Yes.
And we have Jacob, Rebecca, and Isaac. And these 3 characters, they are integrated.
Yes.
They are together. And there is a 4th character, Esau, that how can I say is in the back of this scene. And since we assume that uh, is since we assume that is a symbolic history, it's talking about our soul. I just try to not identify, but try to understand better um, this relation of these four characters inside of us. I don't know if you understand me, because we have three of them that are together in relation, and Rebecca, I believe, is a helper to Jacob, is helping Jacob to receiving the bless from the Isaac from Isaac, and we have Esav in this perspective, in this scene. He is how can I say, out of the action. He is in the back to this relation of the three. But this all these elements are inside of us, and
Yes.
so if you could bring something or clarify these relations, these internal relations, uh, I appreciate. Thank you very much.
Most welcome. This is the tetragrammaton. There's three figures, and Esau, Malchut. So Isaac is like wisdom or the father. Rebecca is the mother in this case, or Binah. Jacob here is the Vav or Zer Anpin, but his mother is dressing him with the hairy skin of an animal that his father will think that he is Malchut. So, again, we have Isaac in us is wisdom, Rebecca in us, the mother or understanding, Jacob in us is the spirit, and Esau is Malchut, disconnected. So here we have in us the three letters of Yahu, which with the filling of the letter Aleph they create 39, the dew that we were reading about or upon in Song of Solomon. I will write it here. Where is the space here? We have Yod, in this case is Isaac. Hey, in this case is Rebecca. Rebecca sounds even like rib. We have the Vav, this is Jacob. And the Hey, the separate Hey in this case is Esau. Now Jacob, which is vertical, this is his claim, Vanochi ish chalak. So you want to make me like a horizontal, but she takes the risk, and he becomes for a moment a vessel to just continue the blessing. Now look at those three letters Yahu. They are reflecting the spirit in us. Three letters. If we feel them, we have Yod, He, with the Aleph, with unity. Aleph is the unity. Vav, we get 39, the value of dew. Pitchili Rayati, the Song of Solomon says, open to me, my dove, that my head is filled with dew. Tal orot talecha, dew of lights is your Tal orot talecha, dew of lights is your dew. This is what the verse says. So this is the dew in us. Double 10. This is Shemaim. heavens, or Shemin. So, to answer your question, Rodrigo, Isaac, Rebecca, and Jacob, when they cooperate together, they open the door for the dew to come. Tal orot talecha, they open the door for the light. Does it make any sense?
It's so amazing. Oh, you nourish my soul. Oh, it's so beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's amazing, and it's, how can I say, the picture show this, but I don't know if I can get it without your explanation. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Any questions or thoughts?
I have something I was thinking while you were making these considerations, Eti, is that sometimes we put Yitzhak in Binah when Abraham is wisdom, and there is this relation with the passivity of Isaac that Weinreb brings in his book. And in this other arrangement that puts Isaac in wisdom and Rebecca in understanding, it's also really beautiful because I was thinking Isaac as this wisdom, this seed, this yod that has full potential, but if how can I say it? It is not reachable for for Jacob if there isn't the figure of Rebecca, the understanding, the full the seeds, the wisdom cannot reach Isaac. Cannot reach Jacob if there isn't the vessel that is prepared by Rebecca. Like the wisdom is blind in a way.
Perfect. It is perfect. It is perfect. And you just brought a quote from the book of Zohar. You said the wisdom is blind. There is a part of the Zohar called Saba Mishpatim, Grandpa Laws. We have a weekly portion in the book of Exodus called Parashat Mishpatim, and those are the laws and these are the laws. And part of the Zohar Mishpatim, has a beautiful passage called Saba Mishpatim, Grandpa Laws. And in this text there is a riddle that the sages, while walking, asking their friends, what is a beautiful maiden without eyes, that doesn't have eyes? And of course, the beautiful maiden is wisdom. This is beautiful.
This is beautiful. And Rebecca, in a way, opened the eyes of wisdom,
Yes.
as Chava opened the eyes of Adam.
Excellent. And who else? Felipe from Shabbat, from who was sitting in the opening of eyes?
Tamar.
Tamar. True. Excellent. Excellent. Beautiful. questions or thoughts?
I have a question, but I guess better to another time, because I'm sure it would open another window. But since you mentioned Tamar,
Yes.
I was reading yesterday the 2 chapters of story of Tamar and Judah, and the story of Esav and the kings of Edom.
Yes.
I guess it is, yeah, it's Bereshit 36 and Bereshit 38.
True.
And I was just trying to relate, because you mentioned about Judah has taken the woman for himself. He didn't ask for consentment.
Yes.
And Esav also took women for himself. And I was just thinking about this while reading. And something came, because it is a name, Sue, that is Shin, Ain, Vav. It is mentioned in Tamar's story, in Judah's story.
Shua, but Shua.
Shua.
But
Yeah.
Shua, yes. Shua.
But it's just that reading it automatically, it was related to Esav, right?
Excellent, excellent. This is excellent. This is excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
But I really think that this is off of the subject. But since you mentioned Tamar, I felt like mention it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. We can discuss it later on Discord. Beautiful.
Yes, yes.
Yes, Batshua. Here, Venus is writing. He took Batshua, so to speak. If we replace the letter, he took the daughter of Esau, and she gave him 3 sons that none of them could be appropriate husband, of course, for Tamar, because all of them were horizontal. Er died, Onan died, Shelah was never given to her.
Yes, and both Esav and Judah took daughters of Canaan.
True, true. This is why Rebecca, she said to Isaac, Katzti bechayai, I cannot see this. I cannot see Esav taking women and bearing children. And she was afraid she was fearing for the future of Jacob. This is why she sent him from the land of Canaan. And while saying this, Katzti bechayai, I don't want to live anymore, and sending Jacob out of the land, she, in a way, due to her speech, Jacob could keep the Torah. In Genesis 2, this is why man should leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife. From her speech, he was following her speech, and he kept, so to speak, let's say, the advices of the Torah. This is why man should leave his father and mother and cleave unto his wife. And he left them and found Rachel. And due to her speech was following Genesis 2. After the creation, so to speak, of Eve, which is Eve's Rebecca. Rebecca, he took a rib. This is very interesting. Shua is also Sheva. True, Venus, true. Kohelet from Batshua. Yes. Thank you. Dear friends, this is such a marvelous conversation that I would like to continue. So maybe we continue those discussions on Discord, because this is so beautiful. I don't want to stop. But time has come and we have to seal this conversation. I want to wish you a very beautiful life with dreams, with relations, with love, with care. And we could
Thank you
meet
very
here. Thank you,
Yes,
Rodrigo. We could meet here
it would,
tomorrow. Yes?
yes, would be great. Actually, I just want to say thank you. It was a marvelous session. It's a great session. Thank you to all of our friends, Felipe and Venus, and all of our friends on YouTube and Discord. Thank you very much, and shalom, shalom.
Thank you. Shalom,
Thank
shalom.
you.
Thank
Shalom.
you.
Bye bye.
Venus, Javi, Felipe, Rodrigo, friends here. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.